pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if there aren't any changes to make to the agenda, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Yeah, use
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?
Yeah, all caps.
I looked it over, it is perfectly perfect.
Sound good?
Yes.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve minutes from the May 7th meeting.
Sure. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. That's the right. Treasurer's report.
We had a starting balance of 1,997,207.52. There we had 29 deposits, 56 charges, deposits in the amount of $53,784.53. The charges of $354,302.40, leaving an operating balance of $1,696,689.35.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, entertain a motion to approve the bills in the amount of
$153,284.86.
Motion. 246.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Didn't say audit.
Subject to audit. I will give you we always have that one on the agenda. So I'll give you an agenda next time because it's not on the actual bank statement. It's on the bills too, but so you don't have to go find it. I'll just give you an agenda each month. Sorry, Troy.
Chief's report.
Chief's report for 17 June 2024. Fleet status. Truck 12 had a strap on one of the roll-up doors break inside it. McQueen came out and repaired the truck. It was never out of service. We kind of rigged it until they got out here. Then the power steering pump failed on it. Repairs have been made. It was found that the pump installed before purchase was actually too small of a pump. So surprised it made it this long. But truck 12 is back in service. Fleet status 1299 special operations trailer. We're about 98% completed, or about 90% completed. It was utilized during the rope tech class for rehab of the firefighters, and we will be finishing it up this week. And it is out back for you guys to see tonight. Brush 36 is completed and placed in service at Station 3. We do have a few minor odds and ends that need to get finished on it, some tool mounts and stuff. But between calls and trainings, Boston just wasn't able to finish it in time. So it is here tonight for the board to see also. Station 1, gasoline tank gauge was found to not be working. A new one was installed by Wallace, and it is back in service. Captain Haggard has restarted the exterior LED light replacement project. Rain and scheduling and put that on hold. Due to the hailstorm we had 2 weeks ago, I contacted McGrath about Station 1 and headquarters roofs. We were getting bids for repair of the tower, and one of the roofers that did that said he'd be happy to look at the building too and let us know if we had any damage. And when he come back down, he said, yeah, there's damage. So I contacted McGrath. They have an adjuster assigned, and he'll be out at the end of the month, and then we'll go from there. Staffing, Lieutenant Gus Grimp has decided to pursue a lifelong dream and accepted a position with Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department. With having another opening, I went ahead and posted 2 positions. He's leaving. We're kind of up in the air right now when his academy date's going to start, but it's probably going to be end of June, early January, or early July. And so we didn't have to go through another process. I'm just going to overlap the new hire with him for a week or two. So We received 4 applications for 2 positions, which is starting to become pretty common. We will have to promote a lieutenant to replace Lieutenant Grimp, and we'll be promoting out of our acting company officer. So then we'll promote a new person at an acting company officer, so on and so forth. So hopefully by next board meeting, we'll have all that lined out. Staffing, we hired Roger Coleman as our new part-time inspector. Roger was a retired deputy chief from the High Ridge Fire District, and he will help with docs and emergency responses during the day. So he's certified, he's an EMT, he's got everything we need. So when he's here, he can go get 52 and help with the ISO rating. So, or a tanker or whatever we need. So for those not familiar, our inspector position is part-time. It's 3 days a week, and they assist with docs and building inspections. And they just help Kenny not pull what little hair he has left out. Grant updates, the ARPA grant. I have worked everything out finally with the documentation, and it has been approved by SEMA. And we are just now waiting for the $20,000 to be deposited into our account. So once that deposit is made, ARPA is completely done. 2022, 2023 audits. The bulk of the documents were taken to the auditor. He met me in just outside of Rolla, and I gave him everything. And then he wanted more. So typical auditor. So they have submitted our financials as required by the state. So that's all been done for 2024. Emily and I have been working, more Emily than me, a lot to get them everything they needed. And we believe this will be a much more comprehensive audit than we've seen from the previous auditors. Future audits will go smoother now that we know what he wants. And there's 4 new policies on the agenda tonight for you guys' approval. Those are all recommended by the auditor for the board to approve. Training, UTV or side-by-side safety and driving was completed with all members passing. We hosted a structural collapse class and a driver operator class in May. Rope rescue technician was completed last week for most of our members. This week, crews will be walking through Lake Regional Hospital with the Osage Beach Fire District and Lake Ozark Fire District. And I think Mid-County's there too, aren't they? Yeah, Mid-County also. To date, Chief Odenwald has secured $90,788 in grant-funded training. This is pretty good. He's doing all right. Good and welfare. I was contacted by a resident who wished to donate to the district. He was very specific that he did not want to make a general donation, but rather purchase something for the firefighters that the firefighters needed specifically from their not-for-profit. And he will be purchasing approximately $10,000 in brush gear that will replace all of our current coats and helmets. And when I have this finalized and we have the check, we're going to do a press release and a thank you. So he originally wanted to do something for Station 3 because that's where his house is. And then when I explained we just renovated Station 3 and they really didn't need anything, he's like, well, what can I do generally for the district? And I said, actually, the biggest thing right now is the brush gear. And he said, send me prices. So very grateful. And he's been a great guy to work with so far. Call volume, 96 alarms for the month of May, 455 alarms total for 2024. May 2024, 1 structure fire, 1 vehicle fire, 1 natural cover fire, 67 EMS calls, 0 extrications, and 2 public assistance calls. Call types to date 2024, we've had 20 structure fires, 3 vehicle fires, 32 natural cover fires, 254 EMS calls, 1 extrication, and 30 public assistance calls. And that is the chief's report submitted 17 June 2024.
Entertain a motion to approve the chief's report.
Motion. Very much.
Okay. All right, fire marshal.
You want me to change it?
Yeah, you got that wrong down there, Bob. All right,
Where? Oh, God, yeah, I'll fix that.
all right, fire marshal report for month of May, rough ends, we had 12 inspections, finals, we had 13 inspections, site inspections for 6, super grounding of 5, and 35 docks for a total of 71 completed inspections. Total, May permits, docks for 34, structures 26. Total revenues 10,000.
I screwed that up. We'll just, it's just, hold on, I got it right here. No, I completely screwed that up. Where are we at, Docs? 16,305.
There's a lot of commas there. All right, year to date, docks 171, structures 87, 5 renewals, 1 reoccupancy, 5 fireworks for a total of 269 permits. Revenue year to date is $13,492.50 for docks, $35,813.04 for structures. 125 on renewals, 100 occupancy, 500 fireworks, total revenues $50,030.54.
That's the important one. I got that one right.
The construction is still seems to be coming in very steadily. I do have, you can hand this on down to them all. That's down Pershing. That's a new condo complex that they're starting on. I've not got all the final prints, everything. They're still in engineering on a lot of the stuff with it, but they're basically on Pershing. That was in a development that got stopped back in 08.
Questions?
Yes. So they're gonna carry that on out. They've got a whole lot that they're doing around that point there in the whole hillside. As far as future, but basically right now they're building the next condo complex there. They've already started kind of hammering on it and stuff like that, so.
Lori Holland.
I don't know
Is that
exactly.
Lori Holland?
It's right there off the cellars.
Go behind.
No, it's the next one over from 58.
Yeah, it's right before Pershing, like you go that cellars and then you take Pershing down.
Yeah.
Thumb Tree to Pershing, yeah.
No.
That's it.
So, anyhow, that's a big development starting in our district. These guys seem to be really good to work with. They hope to, really get it up pretty quick. Like they seem to be gonna be messing around with it very long. They're gonna. The company that's building it and the owners I've met with both. They're out of Kansas City. The construction company. So, yeah, very good. They're all the sprinkler stuff, it's all in engineering right now and everything as far as the water systems and stuff like that, because they're gonna tie off to the original ones. And everything, and they're in the engineering process on that. So. That's about all I have to report at this time.
Okay, and a motion to approve farm market.
Motion to approve the fire marshal. Okay.
I'll second.
All of those. Okay, we have no unfinished business. So we'll move on to new business. First item is approval of policy PB 1214 investment policy.
So for this, I'm assuming you want to approve each one individually. Do you want me to read the summary I sent you guys in the email for the people out in internet world and sitting here before we approve it?
Should.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with 1214 and I'll just read them after you go to the next item. All 4 of these policies were recommended by the auditor. It's all stuff we already do, but it's one of those things where we should really have it in writing that we do it. And not only that we can back up what we do, but also that we need to fall back on something, we can fall back on that policy. So with that being said, I told them I didn't think this would be a big issue at all. And I had sent all these in your board packets this week before the meeting. So PD 1214 investments policy discusses management of funds in the financial institutions we would use, as well as internal controls. That's the 12-page one. And it doesn't so much, it's not specific to the financial institutions we may or may not use. It just talks about their insurance, their controls and so on and so forth. So they have to meet certain criteria before we would use that institution.
Is there any discussion? Entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve PD 1214.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the second one, Dan, PD 1215, fund balance.
Fund balance describes the different types of funds that we utilize and how they should be maintained, as well as a minimum reserve capital.
Any discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve Directive 1215 fund balance.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Okay, the next one is PD 1216, conflict of interest.
So the conflict of interest policy basically is the Missouri ethics policy that we already follow under state statute. But he wanted it in policy form also. So this puts policy in that we report to the Missouri Ethics Commission. We already do this and and it's a state statute, but the district should adopt the policy. Oh, I just read his thing. Basically the annual filers report is what this is discussing. And you guys get that in the internet reminder and we fill them out and then they yell at me if nobody fills them out. So there you go, conflict of interest policy.
Discussion.
Is that a question, the filing ordinance for that paragraph? It says prior to September.
Oh, yeah, the typo.
It's supposed to be 16th. I did correct that on the one she has. No, I noticed that earlier too, and I did fix it.
Oh, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, policy 1217, capital expenditures.
Capital expenditures discusses the tracking of assets and anything over $10,000 be tagged and is retroactive, which means I get to do a great big inventory list. So.
Okay, any discussion? Other than that, a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve Directive 1217 capital expenditure.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, do we have any public comment? Well, if not, entertain a motion to move to closed session for SMO 610-021.
Motion to
Which
move,
is personnel.
motion to move to closed session.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was what? Supposed to.
Dennis, you're open the regular session.
To reopen ready, open.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, if there isn't anything additional. No. Meeting is adjourned.
All right.